Okay, folks, take 5 here of Mike's instant movie review. I'm having some technical issues tonight. I can't explain why. It just seems like everything's a problem. But take 5, I guess that's the fun, right? But these guys, the Sparks Brothers movie, if you're a music fan, if you're a fan of pop culture, if you're a fan of Brothers, I guess I would recommend this movie. It's over 2 hours. I was saying it kind of has this feel of, if you remember, maybe you do, maybe you don't, but like in 2005-ish, there was kind of a resurgence of interest in documentary films, and I don't know if it was caused by our buddy there, what's his dick, Michael Moore had Bowling for Columbine and other films, but suddenly documentaries, oh my god, Murder Ball and other things were just a big deal for a while. And I don't know if that's I don't know what to tell you. Oh, that's not bad. A viewer requested that I start using more lighting, so here you go. You get to see a light right in my arm area, my huge arm. Not bad. This movie, I really enjoyed it. There was a moment in this movie where they show this Paul McCartney video coming up, and I was thinking of my buddies. I did the podcast, the Wrestling with the Future podcast with the Sage of Kauai, and Vince Russo, and this Paul McCartney doing a tribute to Ron of the Sparks band, and just, I guess you do kind of have made it as a musician. If Paul McCartney is emulating you in a music video, how much bigger can you get? And I'll be honest, I'm not claiming, because I'm not. I wasn't a fan of the Sparks going into this movie. If you had said, hey Mike, what do you think of Sparks music? I really wouldn't know what to say. So I guess I'm one of those people that I thought I knew music. I thought I knew what was going on in the world, but I didn't. But now the movie has done its job, because now I would say I would probably go out and buy some Sparks music. I wouldn't know where to start. I guess you could start with album number 1. Kind of interesting how the band, the core of the band was the two brothers, and they went through all these different musicians and kind of treated their musician friends like hired hands. And maybe if I was directing this documentary, I'd look for a little more conflict, perhaps. Like, didn't anyone feel left out or embittered? And I think there's a little bit of that in this documentary, of these other guys who would get the call like, hey, the album didn't do so great, sorry, we're moving on. Because the two brothers, Ron and Russell, really did just move on from everybody. And there's really no, that just becomes like an accepted part of the routine. Also, it's his business, but Russell has this love affair with a go-go, like in the early 80s, 1982 or 83, with, I get the names mixed up, sorry, Jane Wielden, one of the go-go's. And as a man, you might think he would stick with her a little bit longer, but apparently not. A lot of people kind of walking around, like that car was bothering me. I'll be honest, earlier tonight I was parked in a kind of a situation where I was parked, and this group of teenagers were kind of parked opposing me. And then I was like doing a thing where I was trying to put my, God, now it's raining. Oh my God. I was trying to put my stuff into my vehicle, and I got kind of this weird vibe from these teenagers that they were kind of intrigued by me and my stuff, and so I actually moved my car. Okay? Sorry. So I just got to protect myself, you know what I mean? So if you get just a little note to self, or note to you, the watcher, you don't have to apologize for having weird emotions or having a gut feeling about something. If you have an instinct that someone's kind of eyeing your shit, then you fucking take that opportunity to do something about it, move your vehicle or whatever. I'm going on a fucking tangent, getting away from this movie, but you ever like that's kind of the thing where like the people with the cardboard signs, you know, and like, hey, get $1. You always feel a little, I mean, at least I do. Maybe you are different. Maybe you're the one person that actually rolls down the window and gives them money. But I always get nervous. Like if I roll down my window to give them $1, they're going to fucking shoot me or something. Or give me COVID. Oh, I said the goddamn word. Now this video is not monetized. But any fucking way. Going back to this goddamned movie, I did enjoy it. It's kind of inspired me to look into these guys. I'll be honest, I don't know if their music is going to hit me in the feels, as the kids say, like a Bruce Springsteen would. I don't know. I mean, I might be one of those people that kind of appreciates the movie. I appreciate their fucking contribution. But am I going to sit there like a fucking Rush fan in 1982 and analyze every fucking song? Probably not. I mean, I really do love music, but like anything else, there's always some other echelon of people that love things more, and I'm probably at that point where I'm kind of borderline. Like Fish, you know, the band Fish with a PH. Noodling, just couldn't get into it, sorry. Similar to thus, other folks, you know, if they see me wearing a wrestling t-shirt or they know I'm a wrestling fan, they might say, oh yeah, Hulk Hogan. You know, like that's their fucking thing. So I'm a little more advanced with music, you know what I mean? Like I would be the, oh yeah, the Fabulous Freebirds, you know, like that would be my equivalent to the music world in wrestling terms. But I can't go down this path of sitting there with a stack of vinyl and just listening with stereophonic headphones on all day. I have to go outside a little bit, you know what I mean? But as far as this movie goes, I enjoyed it. There was other people in the theater. That was a nice surprise. I was expecting I'd be the only one in the theater to see this movie, but there's other people in there, a group of 3 people together, which is nice. The movies are not getting many audience members these days. That's why I always do these videos, to encourage thus you to buy a ticket and see the fucking film in the cinema. Because I know what's going to fucking happen. A lot of these theaters are going to shut the fuck down, and then assholes like yourself are going to say, oh, god damn it, I wish the movie theater was still open. Well, go fucking buy a ticket, assholes. Idiots. But as far as the movie goes, I enjoyed it. You know, I mean, I got a big kick out of this Ron guy, just hamming it up to the camera. I mean, he, you know, no offense to his brother Russell, but Ron, in a sense, is the real go-to musician, the maestro of this whole routine. And just seeing his facial expressions and the fucking mustache, and just seems like a really cool guy who's just kind of in his mind, and he's just orchestrating this whole thing. God, my neck. It did give me some inspiration as an artist in different ilks, film and writing and so forth, like to not quit and so forth and keep on trucking. And, you know, the audience will go fuck itself at times. You know what I mean? That's what you learn from this movie. Like, so many wonderful things these guys did with their music. And sometimes the audience just couldn't catch up or just wasn't ready. And, you know, maybe that's okay. I mean, maybe the lesson is the artists have to be true to themselves and not be dependent on the validation of the audience. You know what I mean? So I've been doing these YouTube videos, and I don't cry or complain. You know, if the numbers are up, the numbers are up. If they're down, they're down. But a true artisan does not placate to the audience. The true artisan rises the level of the intelligence of the audience. Okay? That's what I'm here to say. And I think in their own way, the Sparks have done that. Or Sparks. No, the Sparks. I think it's cool. I dig the movie. I think the whole thing in this movie is everyone thought these guys were from England or whatever the fuck, and they weren't. They're from California. Unfortunately, their father passed away when the brothers were 11 and 8, respectively. Just like they really pushed the envelope with their album covers, you know, with Ron wearing a wedding dress and one of the albums. And they do kind of go through, like, in a sense, this documentary is kind of a traditional documentary. It's really just like a beginning and then their whole fucking career, and then where are they now? you know, and luckily both of these guys are still alive and they're still making music and getting new fans. And I'm sure this fucking movie, even if it's a big theatrical success or not, I'm sure this movie can only help them. So there you go. Some talking heads in this movie of interest. Mike Myers, another guy, an actor who seems like he's gonna be kind of on the rebound. And Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers and other people of interest. And overall, I enjoyed the movie. I don't know if you knew that I had a Red Hot Chili Peppers tattoo. There's something on my arm here. I don't know what it is. Some type of object. It might have been like a thing from a tree or something. But in any event, I like the movie. I suggest you see it. You might say, well, what's it about? It's about a fucking band called Sparks that consisted primarily of two brothers and the different musicians and the different producers and the different record labels they brought along the way. There, that's your goddamn synopsis. What's it about? The struggle of a band to make something of themselves. Mike Messier, subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel. Plenty of Mike's instant movie reviews, my Pro Wrestling Rants, my own original fucking films. Talk about someone who's not appreciated by the fucking masses. That would be me, okay? Always dealing with idiots, assholes, and morons, but doing my best to appease the fucks. Subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel. Good night. It's Thursday night. Weekend's coming up.